So I've just realized setting up this video, and I realized I've got Herbie here and I got Angela Lansbury right here. You know what? Nothing wrong with that. Let's just roll with it. Guys, welcome back to Cyril at Midnight. My name is Heath, as you probably already know. I'm going to tell you, man, it's late at night as I'm recording this video. It's not my first video today, and there's a vibe for this video. I mean, it's just one of those, like, let's just do this, man. Let's just fire the camera and capture this. This is a new release spotlight video. Interestingly, normally when I make these new release spotlight videos, I make the, the boutique Blu-rays, right? Normally, I have a few dozen of these, a couple of dozen. This is a stack of 10. And I know there's more things coming. You know, it's the review mail. I know there's things coming from the studios, but it's not here. And I'm out of time. I got that song in my head. You're out of touch. I'm out of time. And so I feel that. So we're just going to roll with what we got, and we'll cover the rest of the stuff in a future installment. I'm trying to channel my dude vibes, right? Hey, man, these releases really tie the room together. This aggression will not stand, man. Let's kick it off with, I'm telling you, I'm in the mood. Back to the Future, the 40th Anniversary Collection. This is the 4K. This is the standard version. This is the wide release. As you know, I covered the limited edition release, the 8-disc limited edition 4K release. Beautiful box set. Love it. But that's limited, and it's pretty much gone already. It was gone before it ever hit the streets. Sold out. This is what you're probably going to get if you want to buy Back to the Future at this point for the 40th anniversary. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I love this. This is amazing to me. First of all, they've used the classic artwork for the outside of this box set. Now, we do not get this artwork very often. We got it in the VHS days, but if you look back at the home video history of Back to the Future, it's always like some Photoshop thing of like floating heads. The first DVD set had Marty McFly looking like this, but the Back to the Future logo was silver. And then for the 35th anniversary, Marty McFly on the cover of that looks like he looks like he's an AI drawing, to be honest with you guys. And so this shows up, and I'm like, oh, this is everything that I want. You want it to get even better? Let's make it even better. Look at this. Oh man. So they've added the courthouse in the background, they've added the building in the background. But that's super close to the classic artwork. Check it out. Back to the Future 2. Again, the buildings in the background, but we've like the super respectful of the original, and of course, Back to the Future 3. Now this is all of the 8 discs that come in the limited edition. It's the exact same discs, but in standard packaging. And I'll even show you how they've done it too. So Back to the Future, oh, that's 3. Hold on, let me get them. Is this 1? Yeah, Back to the Future 1. Got the digital code. A disc. Now I gotta take the code out because somebody's gonna be like, I saw your code. Disc 1, disc 2. So hold on, 4K. Blu-ray, special features Blu-ray. One of the things I goofed up on in my limited edition unboxing is those discs stacked on hubs, right? 4 discs on 2 hubs, and the bottom disc on each one of those stacks was the special features disc, and they both have the same artwork. And even though I had heard or read on the package that it was 2 discs of special features, I was like, these must be the same disc. One's a Blu-ray, one's a 4K. Oh no, those are different special features discs. So we have 2 discs of special features. Back to the Future 2 has the 4K, has the Blu-ray. Again, tons of special features. And then Back to the Future, the third, Back to the Future, the third 4K disc, Blu-ray. And check out, so there's a special features disc with the new documentary. It's not on this one, it's probably on the other one. The new documentary about Back to the Future. Hold on, I gotta go back to part 1. Just hang out. We're just hanging out, man. We're just having a good time. 40 years later, reflecting on the future. And then there's a Back to Hill Valley, Untold Stories of Back to the Future, TCM Classic Film Festival panel, a mystery in history. Those rhyme. And then let me go back to this other bonus disc, because I think, let's see, the Hollywood Museum goes Back to the Future the musical. I think these are all carried over from the 35th anniversary edition. An alternate future, which is the audition tapes. Wait a minute, Doc. So I love this. I love this. The idea, I mean, Listen. Oh, I was about to say something that's really crazy. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Got to get these back in order. As cool as that limited edition set is, this is the thing that most people are going to have. This is the thing that thousands and thousands of people are going to have on their shelves. And this is the best version of these movies, the best box set we've ever had. Not hyperbole. This is the best version of Back to the Future on home video we have ever had. Outside of the limited edition, of course, but the limited edition is sold out. Let's talk about Nobody 2 from Universal. Now, I haven't seen this, and I also haven't seen Nobody 1, so I can't just crack this open and start watching Nobody. I mean, I could, but I haven't seen Nobody 2. It says from the producers of Bullet Train and The Fall Guy. Now, I like both of those movies, but it's interesting when a cover hypes the producers. Give me a filmmaker, give me the director or the writer or something like that. What is a producer? Producer is like the money person. It's certified fresh. I don't know. I have not seen this. I really like Bob Odenkirk. I like Breaking Bad. I like Better Call Saul. I feel like I would probably like this, but I've got to start with the first one. And for some reason, I just didn't see it. It says action-packed bonus features, deleted scenes, and was this behind-the-scenes featurettes. So we have no commentary. I suspect, I shouldn't speculate. I suspect that these are going to be, a lot of these new releases, they're very like PR friendly special features, and they stream on the streaming networks when these go to streaming. This is 4K and Blu-ray and digital code. So if you're up for Nobody 2, it's out now on Blu-ray from Universal. Jacob's Ladder, this comes from Lionsgate Limited. Ooh, that is super reflective. I left the shrink wrap on, but I did create because I haven't, it's a steelbook. So I thought, you know me, like, let's do it on camera. We'll do it live. Let me get this shrink wrap off, and we will bask in the majesty of the steelbook here. It's still very reflective. Interesting movie in director Adrian Lynn's 1990 supernatural thriller making its debut in reality blurring 4K. A haunted Vietnam veteran Jacob Singer, Tim Robbins, suffers was Tim Robbins still working? Suffers a slow unraveling while trying to adjust to the post-war life. Racked by horrific visions despondent over his son's death, Jacob isn't sure where his dreams end and where his life begins, or whether he's alive, dead, or somewhere in between. Timeless and enrichingly powerful, Jacob's Ladder is a moving, unforgettable experience. Now, there's a lot of very fine print here that you're probably not going to be able to read, so I'm going to have to tell you that the 4K has the movie and special features, and the Blu-ray also, it says movie and special features. Audio commentary with the director, audio commentary by film historian and host of the Projection Booth, Mike White. Making a featurette, Building Jacob's Ladder, Prepare the Way, interview with screenwriter Bruce Joel Rubin. Where is the Ladder? The locations of Jacob's Ladder, hidden in plain sight. The spirituality in Jacob's Ladder. Something wicked something wrong with my head. Sorry, it's such small print, and I'm having to. You see, I'm like holding it way out here, like I'm your grandfather. Well, hold on a second. Vietnam War trauma and Jacob's Ladder, deleted scenes, trailer gallery. The Lionsgate Limited extras are. It's one thing on the rungs of Jacob's Ladder. So let's check out. Let's do it. Here we go. Douche. All right. Still so reflective. Reflections are the enemy of a YouTuber. All right, we got a digital code here, a YouTuber and a filmmaker. Here you go. Oh, that's nice. You can almost hear like it's the time. Every Vietnam movie has that. Okay. Telling you, man, I'm in a mood. Disc 1 I'm gonna take out, and then disc 2 oh man, disc 2 is really in there. Disc 2 is really in there. Come on now, it's gonna be, oh Lord have mercy, that's in there. Whew. All right, I got it. There we go. So reflective. Okay, there we go. Okay, and I dropped the digital code. You guys like, notice my Tennessean hat? I'm going to shout out my hat. The Tennessean is a truck stop on the south side of Nashville that I always like to stop at whenever I'm traveling across the Tennessee state line. Shout out to the Tennessean truck stop. I don't know. It's unique. There's only one of them, right? So, all right, this is Jacob's Ladder. I'm going to set this right over here. Now, the next thing, this is also from Lionsgate Limited. It's another one of these like cardboard case things, which I'm honestly, I'm not a fan of. But this is, is this Knock Knock? I have no idea what this is. Now, I'm a movie fan. I have the AMC A-list. I'm in the movie theater several times a week. I have no pop culture recollection. I have no awareness of what this movie is. Ugh. It says Keanu Reeves, Lorenza Izzo, and Ana de Armas. Some doors should never be opened. What in the world is this movie? And I know you guys are like, oh, bro, it's Knock Knock. What are you doing? You don't know Knock Knock? I don't know Knock Knock. Audio commentary with director Eli Roth. This is why. Because I checked out after Hostel. And then this week I was like, bro, no, it's not for me. Eli Roth's movies are not for me. Audio commentary with Eli Roth, Lorenzo Izzo, producer, co-writer Nicholas Lopez, and actor-producer Colleen Camp. The Art of Destruction, the making of Knock Knock. Deleted scenes. Here, I'll hold this up so you have something to look at while I read. Deleted scenes, stills gallery, and then the Lionsgate Limited extras. We have more than one this time. The Art of Seduction, looking back on Knock Knock. Establishing shot with director Eli Roth, and theatrical trailer. All right, so the back looks like this right here, but look, it just came on right out of the bottom. That's that. So is this a slipcover? Yeah, okay. Whoa. Oh, digital. I'm not a fan of it. This is twice in this unboxing video. Things have just fallen out of this package. The code fell out of the package. This case fell out of the package. We have this art again. This I don't care for. I guess this is eco packaging. Is that what this is? This is eco packaging. Let's see what's under here. There we go. This is honestly probably saltier than I should be in a video about, showing you guys what's new. But I'm like, Lionsgate, fans we don't want this. Standard 4K packaging. Well, oh, I've just realized this opens up too. Okay, this opens up too. There we go. It's a door. I don't like. Why? Cases. And I know they can do it because guess what? Check this out. We have, also from Lionsgate, the Vestron Collector's Series. This is Hider in the House, Gary Busey, Mimi Rogers, and Michael McKean in a standard Blu-ray package. They know how to do it. You put this in this, but you put it in a black 4K case, and then we're all happy. We're all happy with that. Or steelbook, because people love steelbooks too. Although I think more people like, okay, standard packaging or steelbook. You have a choice. Standard packaging or steelbook. And say the standard packaging is $5 to $10 cheaper. Which do you go for? I bet it's the standard packaging, isn't it? I don't want to lead you. We're going to find out in the comments below. I wish I could just do a poll for you guys right now. I feel, from my experience talking to millions and millions of Serial at Midnight viewers, that we want the standard packaging because that's so shelvable and it just works. Anyway, this is the new Vestron collector's edition. Is this numbered? I don't think they're, yeah, it is numbered, number 35. This is a cult movie. What year is this? 1989. A little bit earlier than I remembered it being. I mean, Gary Busey, this is such a well-cast movie. And this is after Silver Bullet, and Gary Busey is capable of being absolutely terrifying. Mimi Rogers, she had an A-list run there for a while, so this is part of that. That's really interesting. And Michael McKean, star of Spinal Tap 2. This is just really cool. Okay, so audio commentary with Hider in the House director Matthew Patrick and filmmaker Michael Felsher. Featurettes, Out of Hiding, the screenplay of Hider in the House. Tragic Tones, the music of Hider in the House. No Place Like Home, the production of Hider in the House. A still gallery and a theatrical trailer. I'm going to say it again. I like this. This is standard. This is the kind of thing that I know what to do with it, right? All right, let's go into Arrow stuff because I love what's going on with Arrow and these 4Ks that they're doing. This is In the Mouth of Madness. John Carpenter. I love John Carpenter, one of my favorite filmmakers, probably a top 5 filmmaker for me. You could like Michael Curtiz, one of the greats, you know, Sidney Lumet, you know, but John Carpenter, I mean, John Carpenter's John Carpenter, and he's done so many different things. You got Halloween, Assault on Precinct 13, They Live, oh my goodness. In the Mouth of Madness, this is really cool. I love the artwork here. This is a 4K, and this is one of the, so this has like this, it's an O-ring. This is all an O-ring, and then this is what's underneath. A little bit different. I can't remember if they've done this before. I'm kind of used to the like bookcase style where you slide the thing out of it. Let me tell you what else here, because there's a ton of stuff. I'm assuming you know In the Mouth of Madness, classic. It was 1993 off the top of my head. 1995. Oh man, I was a couple of years off. Brand new 4K restoration of the 35mm original camera negative by Arrow. Subtitles, of course. Let's see. Archival audio commentary with John Carpenter and producer Sandy King Carpenter. Archive audio commentary with director John Carpenter, director of photography Gary B. Kibbe. Brand new audio commentary by filmmakers Rebecca McKendry and Elric Kane, co-host of Colors of the Dark podcast. Making Madness, a newly filmed interview with producer Sandy King Carpenter. Do you read Sutter Kane? Do you read Sutter Kane? A newly filmed interview with actor Jürgen Brochnow. The Whisperer of the Dark, an archival interview with actress Julie Carmen. Greg Nicotero's Things in the Basement, an archive interview with Greg. We Are What He Writes, a new feature in praise of John Carpenter and In the Mouth of Madness. Reality is not what it goes on. I will spare you. I am going to export this in 4K. You should be able to pause that, read everything that's there. Ready? All right, taking it away. Take it back. Do what do get back? I don't know. Okay. Box over here. We've got, I've already flipped around the art. This has it's got this on one side of the art wrap and this on the other side of the art wrap. This is the classic poster art on the other side of the art wrap. I thought this was funny. So it's only a 4K. No Blu-ray here. And then the teaser that they put in here, you know, they always put a card in here with like, coming soon. And it's In the Mouth of Madness. I'm like, well, yeah, I know that. I know that's coming. I just thought it was a little bit funny. And then, of course, we've got the poster. One side of this poster has this art. And you think, well, the other side of the poster has the theatrical poster, right? No. It's got something else on it. So here's this, which I really like. Sutter Kane. Look at that. Love it. Swerved me. I was not expecting that. I was like, you think you know. What was the Real World tag? You think you know, but you have no idea. This is a true story of whatever. What is Real World? This is what happens when people stop being polite and start being real. So many MTV things rattle around my head. I told you guys when we started this video, there's a vibe here. This is the booklet that comes with it. Really just the book. Look at all the stuff in here, man. Look at the back. The Poetics of Oblivion by Richard Kadri. It's The End of the World as We Know It by Alexandra West. Once More Unto the Breach, The Many Misshapen Adventures of Sam Neill by Josh Hurtado. If Life Were Like the Movies by Guy Adams. In the Mouth of Madness, A Self-Induced Hallucination by Willow Caitlin McClay. And God Is Not a Hack Horror Writer by George Daniel Lay. About the presentation and then production credits. Let's find out. First of all, just lots and lots of text, lots of photos. I just love when these limited editions like this come. I love to sit down with a book. I'm one of those people that I mean, I don't need everything in a limited edition. I didn't get, what's the name of the movie? The Phantom of the Mall. Eric, I'm looking for it up there. Eric's Revenge, Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. That's the name of the movie, right? The limited edition of that thing has like 5 cuts, and I think 2 or 3 of them are hidden. I just have the standard version for that. But John Carpenter, you want the booklet, right? You really want to be able to study this stuff. Look at the art on this too. I mean, that's just, it's beautiful. All right, let's check out about the presentation right here. In the Mouth of Madness has been restored by Arrow Films and is presented in its original aspect ratio of 2:3:9 with a 5:1 and stereo audio mix. It's presented in 4K, HDR10, Dolby Vision. Original camera negative was scanned in 4K 16-bit resolution at Warner Brothers Motion Picture Imaging. The film was restored in 4K and color graded at Duplatech. This is vital information. I love learning about this. Restoration supervised by James Piercy, James White, Arrow Films, and then the staff at Duplatech, David Boito, Ashley Franks McGill. They tell you so much about how this thing was actually created, and it's part of the story of the restoration, right? I really like having that information. So Arrow does that. Not everybody does. Put this all back together. And now on to something a little bit different, not completely different. Spawn on 4K from Arrow. Now look, this is a movie, I haven't watched this movie in a long time, and I'm really interested to revisit it because my memory of this movie is that it was kind of a mess. But there's a director's cut here too. So disc 1 is the director's cut. Let me get my fingers out of the way so you can freeze this. Disc 1 is the director's cut, and disc 2 is the theatrical cut. Now, I don't think I've ever seen the director's cut. And being a comic book fan when this movie came out, I was like, what is this? It felt very separated from the source material, which now we're just used to. I will say that I thought that Michael J. White was good. I was puzzled at the time by the casting of John Leguizamo as Violator. And I guess I still kind of am. Because that seems like I know the character's like larger than life and very like, you know, it's distinct, but John Leguizamo is kind of distinct too. I don't know. So, but you know, hindsight is 2020, and it's going to be interesting to revisit this, and I will be watching the director's cut when I watch it again. The 4K limited edition contents, you got the restoration of both the director's cut and the theatrical cut on 4K from the original camera negative, reversible sleeve, double-sided poster. Disc 1, the director's cut. Man, there's a ton of stuff here. Original option of subtitles. Brand new audio commentary with comic book expert and podcast host Dave Baxter. Audio commentary with Todd McFarlane, Mark A.Z. Dippy, Clint Goldman, and Steve Williams from 1998. Hell's Perfect Son, a brand new interview with Michael J. White. Spawn Support, a brand new interview with actors Melinda Clarke and D.B. Sweeney. The Devil's in the Details, a brand new interview with animatronic creature and special effects makeup artist Howard Berger and Greg Nicotero. The Devil's Music, a brand new interview with the music supervisor. Brand new interview with Michael Nui. Todd McFarlane, Chapter and Verse, an archival feature from 1998 in which Spawn creator Todd McFarlane reflects on how the film adaptation stacks up against his original comic book vision. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Well, I just thought that, you know, Todd has a very specific way of talking. Rob Liefeld does a really good Todd McFarlane impression. The Making of Spawn archival featurettes and behind the scene. Okay. Original Todd McFarlane sketches. This is another thing. This movie came out when we had didn't the Spawn animated series on HBO already exist? And it was super gritty and it was very R-rated and mature. And then this is more like, it's sillier. And it's still rated R, right? Yeah, it's rated R. Oh, the theatrical cut. Hold on, I didn't even realize this. The theatrical cut was PG-13 and the director's cut is rated R. Oh, I know what I'm doing tonight. Okay, let's check it out. Got the art that we all know from the video store days. If you are old enough to remember the video store days, we have the double-sided poster. I don't have to take this apart, right? Because one side of it is this, and the other side of it is this. But it's cool to have the poster. We do have this booklet, which we'll talk about in just a second. We have a tease for Wild Style. All right. The booklet contains, it looks like just one essay, Spawn's Long Hard Road of Comic Book Movie Hell by John Turani. It runs from page 7 to page 22. Why did they not talk to John Leguizamo? They got all these new interviews with people, but they don't have a new one with John Leguizamo. I mean, that's a cool image. Look at that. Very Mortal Kombat-y, right? Very much of that time. Disc 1 is the theatrical director's cut. Disc 2 is the theatrical cut. No Blu-rays here. Oh, gotta get the poster back in here. So no booklet or anything like that. But I don't know, it's interesting to see this stuff coming out. And it's another Warner Brothers title. Warner Brothers in association with Arrow. And I've been involved with some of these. You guys know I contributed to the Poseidon Wolfgang Petersen's Poseidon movie release from Arrow. It's been announced, but it's not out yet. Red Planet, which is a Warner Brothers movie that I contributed a video, sort of a retrospective feature to. And there's one more, but it hasn't been announced yet. So I'm excited about these. It's really cool to see these Warner Brothers movies get, because Warner Brothers is not going to do this kind of a treatment for these movies. So thank goodness that these exist. All right, we just have a few more here. And I don't have a lot to say about them because, honestly, I haven't seen them. 2 Deaf Crocodile titles. Deaf Crocodile is a label that was not really on my radar until... I mean, I knew about some of this stuff, but until very recently, they've really made us... I guess they just deal primarily with Russian cinema. Visitors from Arcana Galaxy. As soon as I saw this, I was very intrigued by this. And The Assassin of the Tsar. So let me start. I'm just going to read a little bit of the back of this to you. Visitors from the Arcana Galaxy. 1981. Imagine if Troma Films had been hired to make Sid and Marty Krofft Saturday morning kids shows. A Sid and Marty Krofft Saturday morning kids show. And if you had some idea... And if you have some idea of the unspeakable strangeness of Visitors from the Arcana Galaxy, a truly gonzo... Croatian sci-fi fantasy about a struggling writer who dreams up a story of gold-skinned alien androids named Andra, Targo, and Ulu from a distant planet. Incredibly, this fictional alien creation becomes reality, causing chaos, and it's I think you're watching my vision fail in real time. All right, glasses off, case up on my face. Just right here. Check this out. Looks like H.R. Giger redesigned the... Oh, I don't even know what this word is. Machinimich from Fritz Lang's Metropolis. Okay, I know Metropolis. Watch for the scene where she pours hot coffee and cream out of her fingertips. But for sheer jaw-dropping insanity, nothing rivals the Moo Moo Monster, created for the film by legendary Czech animator Jan Svanmeijer. A rubber-suited multi-tentacle creature that destroys a wedding party, rips off their heads, and spouts plumes of toxic green smoke while a blind accordion player blithely plays his squeeze box. Visitors was a rare feature film from animator Dusan Vukotic, best known for his stunning UPA-style cartoon shorts The Cow on the Moon and the Oscar-winning The Substitute from 1961. The long unavailable Visitors was beautifully restored in 4K. Okay. What? Okay. New scan with restoration. New commentary by film historian Sam Deegan. Sam's everywhere. New essay by film historian, and good for Sam. I'm not criticizing. That's great. New essay by film historian Professor Jennifer Lind Barker. 5 rare animated shorts by Dusan Vukotic. Cow on the Moon. Piccolo. 1001 drawings. The Substitute. And Ars Gratia Artis from 1969. What? So, as soon as I found out about this, I was like, well, I have to have this. Look at this. And I don't even know if this is going to show up on camera, but this is the inside of the art wrap. It is wild, man. That is wild. That is crazy stuff. Here's the cover of this. Visitors from the Arcana Galaxy. Look at the back of this thing. This is just insanity. Is this the next page? Yeah. I'm just looking for pictures to show you guys. By the way, look at the expression right here. Maybe I've spent too long on this. I don't know. But this is the kind of thing... What in the world? This is the kind of thing that gets me very intrigued. Deaf Crocodile, man. I'm watching you guys. The Assassin of the Tsar. All right, glasses off again. It's from 1991. It's a mysterious and labyrinthine psychological drama in which the tormented chambers of a patient's mind come to warp everything around him, even the folds of history itself. In one of his finest latter-day performances, the great Malcolm McDowell from A Clockwork Orange and Time After Time, Eggy Weg, Stars as Timofeyev, a severe schizophrenic in a dreary Soviet mental hospital who is convinced that impossibly he's the killer of two Tsars, Alexander II in 1881 and Nicholas II in 1918. The thoughtful new head of the hospital, Dr. Smirnov, is determined to cure Timofeyev of his madness, but instead finds him literally pulled back through time, inhabiting the ghosts of the past as they march towards their tragic destiny. The first ever U.S. Blu-ray release of this fascinating time travel mystery features both versions of the film, the English and Russian language, shot simultaneously on separate 35mm negatives. Ugh, what? New 2K restoration of the English language version, new 2K restoration of the Russian language version, new hour-long video interview with lead actor Malcolm McDowell, and new hour with Malcolm McDowell, moderated by Dennis Bartok of Deaf Crocodile Films. New hour-long interview with the director and co-writer Karen Snaknazarov. I think that's right. Moderated by Dennis Bartok. Karen, if you see this, I'm so sorry. I'm trying my best. New essay by film critic Walter Chaw, and Blu-ray authoring notes. Okay, so let's check out the interior of this. There's Malcolm. Is that two Malcolms? Hard to tell, actually. It's hard to... Come on. Oh, the reflections. And this has no other pictures. It just has... Well, there's Malcolm right there. There. But the inside is entirely text. So I don't know, man. I am super intrigued by these. These sound like really my kind of thing. Unconventional cinema. Really pushing the boundaries. And then the pedigree of who's involved. This is great. All right, last thing. This is new from Warner Brothers. This is the complete Spencer for Hire on DVD. Now, these have all had DVD releases before. This is not Blu-ray. This is DVD. Seasons 1, Season 2, Season 3. Those have been out of print for a while. Warner Brothers has brought those discs back, put them in one case. I don't think there's any special features here, but I am so excited about this because I've started to read Robert B. Parker's Spencer novels. I'm only a few in. But I've started to read them. Now, Robert B. Parker is also the guy behind the Jesse Stone stories, which have been dramatized with Tom Selleck as the Jesse Stone character. But Spencer goes back, I think the first one is 1973. And he's just a smart-mouth detective. I really like, he's a smart-mouth detective in Boston. And I really like the style of that thing. You know, it's sort of an update. Robert B. Parker's not really channeling Raymond Chandler or Mickey Spillane or any of these other guys. He's kind of doing something new that feels more modern. I mean, modern by 1970 standards. And this of course, is the 80s. What is this, like 83, 85 to 88 is when this ran. And it was Robert Urich and Avery Brooks before Star Trek. And Barbara Stock is in this too. And this is cool to me. This is, you know, like, bring me private detective shows from the 80s on DVD, and I'm here for it. I mean, it's frills free. We got different colored discs for the season. So you got red, which moves into this teal color, which moves into blue for the third season. With it, I don't love this packaging. The stuff just lifts right out. Discs overlap. But I'm kind of just grateful that Spencer is in print again and that people can get this. I believe this is retailing for $59.99, which for 3 seasons of a show that's really niche, and this is not going to sell hundreds of thousands of copies. That's probably about right. We interrupt this video to bring you more video. While I was editing this, it's the next day. While I was editing this video, 2 more deliveries, or two movies came in the mail. Two more, 2 disc releases came in the mail. Laurel and Hardy, Volume 2, the Definitive Restorations Volume 2, and The Island, which is this is Masters of Cinema number 324 from Eureka. So this side has nothing on it from Eureka. So I'm just going to shout these out really quick. I have not had time to really spin with either of these, but I loved the definitive restorations of Laurel and Hardy Volume 1. I've had Randy Skretvet on the channel to talk about the Laurel and Hardy restorations. He's on this too as well. So this has 8 shorts ranging from 1929 to 1935. Men of War, Perfect Day, Blotto, Another Fine Mess. That's another fine mess you've gotten us into. Dirty Work, Going Bye-Bye, Them Thar Hills, and Tit for Tat. Special features previously lost silent version of Bratz and Blotto with scores by Andrew Earl Simpson. The 1937 reissue version of Perfect Day. Alternate version of Blotto with voice and effects only. Alternate version of Another Fine Mess with voice and effects track only. Galaxy of Stars from 1936 MGM promotional film. That's cool. There Goes My Heart from 1938, the original Hal Roach Studios trailer and outtakes. Recently discovered Ship's Reporter, 1952, featuring both Laurel and Hardy. This Is Your Life, Laurel and Hardy, what? 1954 from 35mm kinescope negative. And then Hal Roach backlot interview, from the 1960s, rare interview and footage of the studio backlot, plus original feature film trailers, archival material, galleries, commentary tracks from Richard W. Bann, who was at the Lone Pine Film Festival that I was just at in Lone Pine, California. Though we didn't meet, we didn't get to talk to each other. It's amazing how you can be in the same place as somebody else and you're so busy you don't really get to connect. And Randy Skretvet, who I just talked about, a full color booklet with production information, photos, restoration notes, and more. So let me just show you. Okay, here's this. Two Blu-rays. I'm excited about this. Here's a whole article about the preservation. I'm not going to go all through this. Blu-ray contents. Let's do this really quick. Hold that up. I mean, the production notes by so many people here. Randy Skretvet has written the production notes for. Look at this. Production notes. Randy Skretvet, and then all these extras. Behind the Scenes at Hal Roach Studios by Richard W. Bann. This is so great. All right, so we'll certainly be talking more about these because I love Laurel and Hardy. Somebody actually noticed. I think it was in one of my most recent videos. They were like, "Is that the Laurel and Hardy on your shelf? Is that the British collection from?" I don't even know when this is from. Does this have a date on it? It's got to be at least 15 years ago. 2004. Boy, I hope all these DVDs still play because it's still the definitive. I mean, these are the definitive restorations, but you're getting them 8 at a time. Whereas this. Look at that, man. As the lid falls on the ground. So yeah, I do still have this. This has so many. So it's 21 disc set that I'm so grateful that I still have. And yes, so it lives right down here. If you see that, what is that? It's my Laurel and Hardy collection. The Island also. Let's talk about this. So this is Eureka's Masters of Cinema line. I've never heard of this movie. I've never seen this movie. All I know is what I've read on the back. But it says, perhaps the most accomplished genre picture director by British-Chinese filmmaker Po Chi Lung. The Island is Hong Kong's answer to the likes of Deliverance, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Hills Have Eyes, and Motel Hell, a film that transports the visceral survival horror so popular in the 1970s and the 1980s from the backwoods of America to a remote island in East Asia. So it's 1985, which is super interesting to me that they're copying all of these survival horror things. Limited edition O-card, 2K restoration, Cantonese mono, English subtitles, newly translated. New audio commentary with East Asian cinema expert Frank Jang. New audio commentary with genre cinema experts Mike Leader and Arn Venema. Surviving the Shoots, interview with director Po Chi Lung from a 2023 interview with courtesy of Frederic Ambrosine, who's done so many interviews with these Asian cinema people. Tony Raines on The Island, a new appreciation by the film writer, programmer, and East Asian film expert Tony Raines. Trailer, limited edition collector's booklet featuring an interview with Po Chi Lung and revised introduction notes for Po Chi Lung's Strand at the 2023 Far East Film Festival by film writer, producer, film festival executive Roger Garcia. Cool slipcover. Cool slipcover, bro. Pow. And let's take a little tour through this booklet. I think it's interesting that no matter where you live, you have to worry about backwoods people. Don't go over there. They're crazy. You don't want to drive too far off the highway. I mean, though, like, what's the Australia? Wolf Creek? This thing runs all throughout our movies. It's like, once you get way off the beaten path, those people are crazy. All right, come on. Here are a lot of text, which is great. Here's a screenshot there. Give me more. That's mostly text. All right, well, that's cool. Viewing notes. So, okay, these just showed up. I had to edit them in. I'm editing the video right now, and I'm just going to slot this in. So back to the slightly loopy, and now in retrospect, very exhausted Heath. Take it away, past Heath. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Please, if you want more Serial at Midnight, I'm posting multiple exclusive videos. Usually at least one a week, sometimes 2 a week, sometimes 3 a week. Get early access to things from I'm talking about memberships. Channel memberships, $5. You can do a Patreon membership for $7, and you get access to a private Facebook group that is just for the top level supporters of Serial at Midnight. We're doing a group watch for the movie Monster Squad in October, which is super fun. There's things happening. There's more Serial at Midnight. If you want more than the one bowl you get here, there's a whole box waiting on you, and that's how you can do it. Details and the links to the description of this episode. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Take care. Till next time, I will catch you later.